Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Ryan from the Nostalgia Factor here, back again with another video. So for today's video, guys, since I haven't done one in a little while, I figured I'd show you guys some quick little pickups that I've gotten recently from my game collection. As you guys might know here, as I've talked about in previous videos, I collect retro video games, and I have been for about a year and a half, 2 years now, and I've built up a sizable collection. I finally found a niche that I'm actually fine collecting with, and I've been mostly going with PS1, PS2, and recently inbox Game Boy games. So, without any further ado, let me show you guys some recent pickups that I have, and also some other games that I've had for a while but never showed you guys. So let's just jump right into it. So the first game I have here that I've had for a little while now, several months in fact, is Pokemon Sapphire on the Game Boy Advance. This is a complete copy of the game. It's really good shape actually for what it is. I actually tracked this down through a retro video game store local to my area, and I have to say, this game is complete, and it actually came with the box protector, by the way. I still need to get a majority of these for my, there's some games here that I definitely need box protectors for, but very glad to have picked this up. This is I love Gen 3 Pokemon. Pokemon Emerald's one of my favorite games ever made, and definitely one of my favorite GBA games, so very glad to have gotten this in the collection. And yeah, it was the first ever Pokemon game I ever had anyway, so really good. So the next one we have here was, the next two are actually ones that I've also had previously, but they are in mint condition. They are no scratches, no tears, and they're both complete. Next one here is YuGiOh, what's it called? Dark Duel Stories on the Game Boy Color. As you can see here, very minty box. No creases, no tears, no really anything on it. It's in really good shape. Unfortunately, the one thing that it doesn't have is the cards, but unfortunately with most Yu-Gi-Oh games like this nowadays, you don't really find them with the cards in them. However, it has everything else in there, the paperwork, the manual, the game, and everything else. And it's a really good pickup, and I'm really glad to have had that one. Got that one for cheaper than what it's going for now. The next one we have here is a Yu-Gi-Oh game that's also another Yu-Gi-Oh game. It's also considered to be one of the weaker GBA titles, but it looks fine for what it is. It's a unique entry, and this is YuGiOh Destiny Board Traveler on the Game Boy Advance, also complete in box, aside from the cards, of course. This is a really unique Yu-Gi-Oh game. It's built around that one part of Yu-Gi-Oh where they had Destiny. I forget the time. There was a point in the series where they ended up going with like Dungeon Dice Monsters and whatnot, and it's that kind of game, except on the Game Boy Advanced. From what I gather here, the whole thing's completely a board game. It's not a traditional Yu-Gi-Oh game by any means, but still a really cool piece to have. I like it. So, everything else here, everyone, is indeed from recent times. These pickups were from at least the last 2 weeks, so let's just jump straight into it. So, the next thing that I have here that I want to show you all is another Pokemon game, and this one is Pokemon Gold on the Game Boy Color. Now, I never played the original game. In fact, my first Gen 2 experience, to be honest, was the remakes on DS and, actually just on DS. Pokemon Gold, that is. I never played Silver. But I never owned this game. I played it once as a kid, and whenever the opportunity arose, I took it, and it's in great shape. It's complete, and I'm really glad to have an original Pokemon game in the collection as well. And yeah, I think that's just really awesome. I'll save this one for last. That's the rarest and most valuable GBA game I have here. So we'll go into some of the other common ones first. The next one we have here is a Game Boy Color game, which is the Game & Watch Collection 2. Now, I don't have the first Game & Watch Gallery Collection game, but from what I got, this consists of like 5 different mini-games. On the old Game & Watch devices they used to have that Nintendo published with like 5 mini-games on it, well, they ended up turning it into a series of Game Boy games. And these are 5, which ones are in these anyway? Parachute, Helmet, Chef, Vermin, and the original Donkey Kong, except on the GBA. So pretty cool to have. It's the roughest condition Game Boy game that I currently own. I probably still would get a protector for this, but it's not terrible, but you can see some creases and whatnot in it. So not perfect condition, but overall it's fine. The next one's in way better shape, and this one is one that I wanted for a little while when I first found out about it. This one is complete except for the Game Boy paperwork that would normally come with every game, and the bonus level cards, which from what I gather are hard to find and not really worth using normally anyway. But this is Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario 3. This is essentially a port from the NES version of Super Mario Bros. 3, except on the GBA. This particular version has a few new features and whatnot in it. You get to play on Luigi. There's some unlockable levels via the cards that came with the box that you could use with the old Game Boy reader, which it's not easy to find nowadays, but even if you did find it, there's a reason why it's rare. No one really liked it too much back in the day. But from what I gather, though, this is also an excellent port of the game. I'm looking forward to playing this at some point. I played a lot of classic Super Mario Bros. Games, but I haven't played 3, so glad to have that as well. The next one we have here is one that the most recent one out of all of them, and one that I hadn't heard of until recently, but it's a pretty rare Game Boy game. This is by far the most mint one that I have, besides maybe the Pokemon Gold. And this is Summon Night Swordcraft Story 2. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this still has the plastic on it, with the exception of the top cut off. It was like that when I got it, with the so you can get access to this the game and content inside. But this is all complete. The game's in there. In fact, this is so mint, there's no crease, there's no anything in the box. It's so mint, not only is it sealed, the game inside of it is still sealed in the original packaging. And that is amazing. This game is a very unusual, very cool RPG on the Game Boy Advance. And it was made by Atlas, which is known for publishing so many good RPGs out there. I have several Atlas games on PS1 and PS2. But really cool addition to the collection. Really happy to have this, and I look forward to tracking down more rare Game Boy games like that in the future. And finally, the last game that I saved here, which is the most impressive out of all of them, value-wise anyway, and me personally, out of all of them, besides maybe Sapphire and Summon Night, is my favorite Game Boy game thus far. Definitely one of my favorite Game Boy games, period, to play, because I have played this game. And it is Castlevania Aria of Sorrow on the Game Boy Advance. And this is a not easy Game Boy Game Boy Advance game to find, especially with the box and complete and everything, which, again, it is. It's in really good shape. It's not as good a condition as Summon Night, because that game's practically, it's new, practically. And there are a few creases and whatnot on the side and whatnot. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that or not, but overall, it's in really dang good shape overall. And this is a really good game. I highly recommend tracking down a copy of this. As I said in my review that I did of this game a long while ago, I had a loose copy of it, but I ended up upgrading it to the complete box cut version of it. And I'm really happy to have this. It is not a cheap game to find by any means on the Game Boy Advance, complete or loose. Loose, about $50, and complete, this game is worth $125. I did pick this game up for around that, but I traded in some other stuff that I wasn't really interested in, and I ended up picking this up along with Pokemon Gold the same day. I think there was something else I picked up. I don't remember. There's something else. But really happy to have this. This is one of the best Game Boy Advance games I've ever played. Highly recommend you get it. I would recommend getting it on the Nintendo eShop, though, if you have like a DS, 3DS, and I'm pretty sure you get it on the Switch and whatnot, too. It's way cheaper, and it's digital, so you don't have to worry about a physical copy. But if you're going for a physical copy, good luck to you. But either way, guys, that is going to do it for today's little pickup video. I did just want to show you guys the current Game Boy game collection. I had plenty of PS1 and PS2 games and some other things that I picked up over time that I've never showed you guys. So if you guys ever want me to do anything like that, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll take you through the rest of the collection. This is what I have for Game Boy Advance stuff. I aim to complete this. I have several more Game Boy Advance games that I've ordered from other stores that I intend to pick up at some point when they arrive, and I'll show you guys those then if you want. But either way, guys, this has been it for the pickup video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What you thought of the games. Have you ever heard of any of these games? Let me know your thoughts. And of course, if you did enjoy the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to catch future videos like this as well. With all that in mind, guys, thank you for watching. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.